What's up with you? For today's video, we're in full Cottonee Evolution T. We got Cottonee and Whimsicott. Now, Cottonee and Whimsicott actually got some pretty nice abilities. I've got Prankster, which is definitely the best ability they have. Infiltrate is pretty nice too, getting around Reflect, Light Screen, Safeguard, those sort of things. And we've also got Chlorophyll too, so that's probably the least good one because Whimsicott's actually pretty fast. I'll be using 2 Cottonee and 2 Whimsicott on this team for a team of 4. I've got 2 battles today with the team of Cottonee and Whimsicott. So let's get into it. The first battle here, this one is against Lady Crimson, and we have a theme team here as well. I wonder if you can guess what it is. Now, I've actually done a sweep for both Whimsicott and Cottonee, so if you really like these Pokemon, maybe you can check them out. You know what? If you check the Cottonee sweep out or the Whimsicott sweep out and leave a comment, I'll drop you a heart on it. How's that? Alright, first Pokemon is going to be Tentacruel. I've got a plan and I'm going to execute it. We're going to go into Whimsicott here. The Tentacruel is going to go for a Screech, so it seems to be a physical Tentacruel. So this team, my opponent's team, you'll have to sort of pay attention to what moves and what nicknames are being used. So this is a Energy Ball, Hurricane, Psychic, Moonblast set. This is the best set on my team. That's going to say something too, because it isn't really all that hard hitting. So I've got Max Speed and Max Special Attack here with Modest Nature. Now this seems to be a Screech cut Tentacruel, sorry. So I actually don't want to lose to Cutter, so I'm going to go for Psychic, and we're going to try and take this Tentacruel out. So going for the Psychic on the Tentacruel. Now, the Tentacruel actually had Throat Spray Screech, so I thought, I wonder why it doesn't have any special moves. And it turned out it had Acid. Acid's 4 times super effective, but my Whimsicott, you would read about it, had a Kabaya Berry, and it actually powered down that Acid and it allowed to live, which is crazy. Since this entire team is weak to poison type moves, I thought I'd throw the little, is it Kevia or Kabaya Berry? I don't even know how to say it. Regardless, it's not a berry you see very much, and that is the end of the Tentacruel. Now, the next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Jolteon. Now, does anyone really like Whimsicott and Cottonee? Is it your favorite Pokemon, or is it a Pokemon you really like? Let me know in the comment section of the video. I always like to hear if these are Pokemon, not like super popular Pokemon, do lots of people like them? I'd like to see. Alright, that's the end of the Whimsicott. It got beaten by Pin Missile, so it seems to be a physical Jolteon. Next Pokemon is going to be Cottonee. Now, this is probably my favorite set on the entire team. So we got a fully Prankster Cottonee here. The other Cottonee, Whimsicott from before was the Infiltrator set. I forgot to say that. So this Cottonee is a Everlight Prankster set. I've got Max Health, Max Special Attack. Now, I've got Grassy Terrain, Nature Power, Double Team, and Misty Terrain. So all these moves are status moves, but when you use Nature Power, obviously it is a status move, but when you use it underneath Grassy Terrain, it turns into Energy Ball, and then under Misty Terrain, it actually turns into Moonblast, which is really cool, so you can actually still go first without having any speed EVs. So that's what this set was all about. Also, you can power up your Grass-type move too, which is really cool. So we're going to be firing some Energy Balls off there. Energy Ball is hitting pretty hard against Jolteon. Its special defense is pretty good. Whimsicott's, its special attack isn't the greatest. Sorry, Cottonee's special attack isn't really the greatest in the world. Even Whimsicott, it's not a super hard hitting Pokemon. It's more like a support style Pokemon. All sorts of role is best suited for that. It gets so many great status moves and stuff as well. So anyway, we got the Jolteon on the ropes here. I can go for another Nature Power. I just love how you can go first with Nature Power. And Jolteon's going to be swapping out, and the next Pokemon to come in is going to be Magneton. So Magneton's quite a good Pokemon for this team. I'm looking through every single one of my moves is not very effective. No move that I've got on any of these Pokemon, it's not even neutral. So man, I don't even know what I'm going to do to this Magneton. I know the first thing I'm going to do here is actually, it'd probably be a good idea to set the Misty Terrain up. That'll stop Magneton at least getting healed by the Grassy Terrain. Because let me tell you, I'm going to need as much damage on this thing as possible. Even small amounts of damage are going to be, very much needed. So putting the Misty Terrain in the field now, I can start using Moonblast. I may even be able to get a special attack drop if it has a special move. Now, this Magneton actually didn't have a Steel-type move for a specific reason, and it went for Supersonic, which is going to get blocked there by Mr. Train. So I had no idea Supersonic was coming, so that was very, very lucky. So now I can't be status, which is quite ironic because, you know, Whimsicott is status at the moment. Cottonee is status at the moment. I'm getting Cottonee and Whimsicott mixed up. Anyway, we're going to go for a Nature Power here, and we're going to be going for the Moonblast. Now, if you go for Nature Power normally when there's no, like, terrains on the field, it just turns into Tri-Attack, you know, that's what it normally is. So, Magneton is going to be going for a Thunder from down under on Cottonee. Cottonee's going to take a big amount of damage here, and I'm already poisoned from the Toxic from Jolteon before, so that's going to fate my Cottonee. But a pretty cool little set there, and I actually used something kind of similar on my... I did a level 1 Whimsicott. So actually, I think it was a PIMPNITE undercover. It was my last undercover I did this year. I will be starting that series back again in Gen 9, yes, but I did something pretty similar to that. So anyway, Magneton's going to be swapping out, and the Jolteon's going to be coming back in. Now, Jolteon is going to get hit by the Leech Seed. This is all I could really do with this Cottonee here. This is my bulky Prankster set as well, Everlight Prankster. I've got Leech Seed, Toxic, Cotton Guard, and Giga Drain, Max Health and Max Special Defense, and I also gave it, I think it just had like Sassy Nature or something like that. This is actually very, very bulky, so Toxic is not going to do anything. Matter of fact, I don't think this Jolteon could actually do anything at all, because it only had like, Pin Missile and Thunder. Both those moves are going to do like nothing to this Cottonee. I felt like I would have healed that back with Giga Drain and Leech Seed anyway, so it didn't really matter what Jolteon was going to do there. It could do nothing at all. Next Pokemon's going to be Pinsir. I don't know what this set's going to be. I really actually need to conserve my Cottonee for that Magneton, so I'm going to swap into Whimsicott. Now, the Pinsir's going to go for a Mimic there on the swap, but it's going to fail. The Misty Terrain is going to disapprove of the field. So, like, okay, a Mimic Pinsir. This is interesting. What should I do? I was like, should I go for a Sunny Day? I don't know if I should do that. Seed Bomb or Play Rough, because it'll mimic like a move here, you know. So what I'm going to do is go for the Sunny Day. Now, Sunny Day is going to be going second. This is a Chlorophyll set with Heat Rock. Pinsir outspeeds me, so Mimic is going to fail. So Mimic is going to use the last move actually used here. So now if I use Mimic this turn, it would actually get outsped. So I was thinking maybe I should go Growth here. Growth will boost my special attack and attack by 2 stages. Like, I hope that Pinsir doesn't actually mimic this time, because then it could use Growth and take advantage of the sun being up. Instead, it's got Guillotine. Guillotine is going to miss, which is very, very nice. So I can go for Play Rough here. Now, Whimsicott's attack is very, very bad, so that's why I gave it Growth. So that +2 in attack made a massive, massive difference. Guillotine, fortunately, is going to miss. Now, Whimsicott can finish off Pinsir with a Disrespect C-Bomb, which is, it's always nice there. I like C-Bomb's animation. Looks really cool. So that's the end of the Pinsir. Now we've got one more Pokemon left here, which is the Magneton, which we've seen from earlier. I was like, alright, I know this is going to be the Dynamax Pokemon. I've got Cottonee and Whimsicott left. Now, Seed Bomb and Play Rough are both going to do nothing. I could go for another Growth here, or I could just get some damage. I was trying to decide what to actually, even do here. So it's going to be Dynamax Magneton. So I was thinking, if I can actually at least... Let's say I live 2 turns with Whimsicott. I've got no idea whether I can or not. I know that it's got an electric type move. Then I only need Cottonee to actually live 1 turn, and I could potentially get the Leech Seed up. That was the idea anyway. Like I said, this little Cottonee Everlight set was very, very special defensive. So go first with the Play Rough, and of course, I'm going to do no damage at all. Magneton is going to go for Max Lightning. That seems like it's best move to use against my Whimsicott, and it's a clean 2-hit KOs. Fair enough there. The next hit is going to hit like a lot harder. And stuff like that too. So now Magneton can finish me off the next set. I'm just going to go for... Look, I got Play Rough, C-Bomb. It doesn't really even matter what move I use here. I mean, it'd be better if I went for C-Bomb there, but I just went for Play Rough. I think that actually hit a little bit harder than C-Bomb. I think I rolled a max damage instead of a Mim. So Whimsicott is going to feint to the second Thunder or Max Lightning from the Magneton. So I can swap in Cotton here. Now my best play here would be to go for the Leech Seed. Leech Seed does not miss, which is excellent. So now I've got that recovery then, and I can go for Giga Drain, and I can even go for like Cotton Guard too, but I don't think this has got any physical moves. So with a Max Lightning and Elite Seed, I'm completely stalling out this Magneton. Now, the only thing that would be very, very bad here, say Magneton goes from Thunder, right? And I get paralyzed. That would probably be the only thing wrong. Is like, okay, what I'm going to do to make sure something bad doesn't happen, I'm going to go for a Dynamax Cottonee. Now, I would never Dynamax this Cottonee set. It's purely made, like, you know, any other Pokemon will be better than this one for Dynamax. But I'm going to try and use Max Guard a couple of times, and then maybe I could get the Max Overgrowth to get going there, and I can put the Grassy Terrain in the field. You know, that'll help out my damage and power down any, like, Electro moves. So, first things first, let's go for Max Guard. That's a free round of the Leech Seed recovery and damage on the... Well, not that I need recovery. I've already got full health anyway. So now I can go for Max Guard, and we got some nice little Leech Seed damage there on the Cottonee. Cottonee's going to get healed up very nice. Actually, that's going to put it over 200 health, which is like really, really nice. So I thought for a second, you know what? I've got nothing to lose. Let's go for another Max Guard in on the Magneton, and I got 2 in a row. I was like, wow, that's really, really cool. So I got 2 of them there, and the Magneton was trying to get Supersonics on me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to push my luck here. What I'm going to use is the Grassy... I'm going to get the Grassy Terrain in the field and use Max Overgrowth. That'll give me 2 rounds of recovery, so like Leech Seed and the Grassy Terrain at the same time. So that'll give me lots and lots of sustain. I know that the Grassy Terrain will help Magneton out, but that's fine. I'm actually okay with that. So go for the Max Overgrowth there. Find some seeds right out of the cotton. And as you can predict, that was going to do like hardly any damage at all. So we got the Grassy Terrain up in the field now, so I'm going to get double healing. And that'll also power up the Giga Drain too. So Supersonic is going to land on Cottonee. So like, man, I still think I've got this. I'm probably going to need to land like 1 Giga Drain on this Magneton, I guess there. So we got the Magneton getting some help back there, and that's the last turn of my Cottonee's Dynamax too here. Man, there was so many animations actually going on at this point in time too, so there's like 2 Pokemon healing and then Leech Seed too. Alright, so Magneton is going to need to get some sort of paralysis on me, and... yeah, I know. I was in a very strong position here. So, Cottonee is going to be confused here. I outspeed and get the Cotton Guard off. Of course I outspeed. I went for a Prankster. So, we got that boost in defensive. So, as you can see, this Cottonee is very, very bulky now. Like, even if it gets a physical attacker, you could go a Cotton Guard first turn and get a drastic boost with Everlight. Very, very tanky. So that's going to be the end of the Magneton here. It is going to be getting a little bit of health recovery from the Grassy Terrain, and then my Leech Seed is going to kick in here. So all I've got to do is wait that turn, and it is going to be fading. So that's the end of the Magneton there. I was lucky that Magneton didn't have any Steel-type moves, because I would have lost this battle like a long time ago. But that was a particular theme team there based on certain movesets, maybe, I guess you could say. And nicknames to give you a little hint too. Let's get on to battle number 2. This is a battle against Super Bowser, and we have a 4 versus 5 Pokemon team here today. Now this was a really, really long battle, so I had to do like a enormous amount of cuts here. So the first Pokemon was going to be Shuckle. I was like, okay, Shuckle's a pain in the rear, so we're going to go for Misty Terrain in case it's got any like, annoying scumbag status moves, right? So Shuckle is going to go for Sticky Web. That's okay, I guess. It is going to, make sure my Whimsicotts are kind of slow, but that's all good. So I'm going to go for the Nature Bow here. We're going to go for a Moonblast. I'm going to take a quick drink here. So I need a drink. I have to, got to hydrate during these narrations, Code SALT is 30% off on your G Fuel too, all month, the rest of the month. If anyone does have some G Fuel, we'll have a nice sip now. We're having some... nice lightning and lemonade. So I'm going to go for the Moonblast again. Moonblast seems to be, when you look at it, it's like probably a 7-hit KO. And Rock Side's not going to do anything. So I'm going to be able to win this matchup very, very easily. So Shuckle's going to be swapping out, and Zekrom is going to be coming in. It's like, what is this set going to be? So it's got the Terravolt, obviously. Now, the funny thing about this is I've got Moonblast, and it is going to be super effective on the incoming Zekrom. So like, does this have weakness policy or something like that? And I see the activation. I was like, it's not weakness policy, it's leftovers. But that did a lot of damage to Zekrom. It's like a 3-hit KO. Now, Zekrom's going to go for a Protect. I don't think they predicted that the Moonblast would do so much damage. Zekrom's quite a bulky Pokemon, like very, very bulky Pokemon, actually. I thought they were shiny for a second. I'm like, no, the shiny's just got like dark green like stripes through it. Doesn't really, change very much. So the mist is going to disappear from the field. I guess they were trying to stall that out too. And I was like, you know what? Let's set that Misty Terrain up again there too. Misty Terrain also powers down the Dragon type moves by 50%. But considering I've got all Fairy types, I don't really have to worry about any Dragon type moves at all. So Zekrom is going to go for a Substitute. So like, okay, it's got Protected Substitute. This is a very, very stally Zekrom set. I wonder what it's even going to be doing. So I really need to break the Substitute, so I'm going to go for Nature Power again and go for Moonblast. Look, for argument's sake, it could keep going for Substitute, but it's eventually going to run out of health. So I'm feeling confident right now I can beat this Zekrom. And I know that I can beat this Shuckle too, because all I got to do is put Misty Terrain up on the field. So now the Zekrom is going to go for Slash. So it's a critting set. That doesn't do a lot of damage to my Cottonee at all. So I've got no idea what this Zekrom set is. It's completely random. It's not like it's got scope lens either. It's got like leftovers. So I don't know what sort of strategy they're going for there with Slash. Maybe they'll let us know in the comment section. So in comes the Tangrowth here. I just went for Moonblast. I was just spamming Nature Power and Moonblast. Like, you got to have a really, really good look at this Cottonee set. So Cottonee actually is a 2-hit KO on the Tangrowth with Nature Power and Moonblast. So Tangrowth did not even have a chance there. That's probably like a stalling Pokemon. Matter of fact, these first 3 Pokemon, I reckon they'll all stall it. So the next Pokemon is going to be Goldeen. I already know this is a Horn Drill set. I'm going to go for the Grassy Terrain. So 1 Grassy Terrain and then a Energy Ball straight to the face is going to get rid of this Goldeen, right? So Goldeen's going to go for Horn Drill and it's going to miss. Good. I was very happy about that. So I'm going to get some health recovery here too, which is going to be very nice on Cottonee. Now, Goldeen's going to be swapping out, obviously predicting another Nature Power turning into Energy Ball. And Zekrom's going to be coming back and it's like, I've got to change like my terrain again, because obviously a grass type move is not very effective against Zekrom. I was actually, you know what I was hoping for is like, maybe I can get like a special defense drop. If I got a special defense drop right there, I would have just kept attacking with Energy Ball, you know. It still would have done some alright damage. So Zekrom is going to get its leftovers and it's going to get the Grassy Terrain healing as well, which is like really annoying. So go for the Misty Terrain. I was like, you know what? If Goldeen swaps into this, it's still going to have to take a Moonblast to the face, and I still believe it's going to be a 2-hit KO on Goldeen. So got that miss going. Zekrom is going to be going for another Slash here. Obviously, they're trying to get a critical hit, but it's not happening at the moment. Zekrom's going to get some more health recovery, putting it at half health. Now that Zekrom is going to be swapping out here. I don't know even what's going on so far. Like, these are such random movesets. So Shuckle's going to be coming in. So I guess that was their only Pokemon that could really take, like, repeated Nature Powers at the moment. But you know what I was trying to do? I was trying to go for a sweep here with this Cottonee. I'm like, this is good, you know. So we're going to go for another Nature Power here on the Shuckle. I need like another 3 hits against it. And, you know, that should be enough to take it out. So there's 1 hit. So like 2 more hits on the Shuckle. Now, Shuckle is going to try and go for rest. It can't. So this Shuckle obviously cannot do anything under Misty Terrain. I mean, it can go for a Rock Slide, but that did like 2 damage anyway. So this Shuckle is basically a paperweight in this battle. Shuckle's going to go for a final Rock Slide. This one actually connects, and, you know, it does, like, what did it do? 10 damage to my Cottonee, you know. So we're going to finish the Shuckle off there with a Moonblast. Thank goodness, you know, I grabbed the Misty Terrain in the field, because that would have been, like, just more stall there. So bye-bye, Shuckle. Can't say I'm sad to see that Pokemon go. Now, there's only 3 more Pokemon left. The Misty Terrain has disappeared from the field. And the last Pokemon to be revealed is Milcery. So I was like, I wonder who's going to be Dynamax. Is it going to be Zekrom? I know that's not going to be Goldeen, because, you know, that one is relying on the Horn Drill. So it is going to be Dynamax Milcery here. So not something you get to see very often, a Dynamax Milcery. Now, so far, look at them. Like, I've only used Cottonee, so I've still got, you know, 3 Pokemon fresh in the back, which haven't even done, like, you know, taken any damage at all. So Milcery, I can go for a Energy Ball against this, so that'll be nice. So I've got the Grassy Terrain going here. Now, I don't even know what this Milcery set's going to be. I know what moves it gets, but it's going to be go for a Max Starfall. Now, I don't know whether that's going to be a physical set, a special set, whatever, or stall. It could be another. Like, this team, like, really, when you look at this team, apart from the Goldeen, this team was, like, just very stally, you know. It didn't do, like, lots and lots of damage. So that's going to be the end of the Cottonee there. Now I can go into Whimsicott, and we're going to try and get some damage on this Pokemon. So with the Misty Terrain in the field, I'm not going to get a boost from my Grass type move. So I've got Play Rough. Yeah, this is the physical. This is the Chlorophyll Heat Rock set. So I just went for C-Bomb there. There was no point really setting up Chlorophyll. I knew that I'd outspeed it anyway. And, you know, C-Bomb did pretty good damage there. I'm quite happy with that. So we're going to go for a second C-Bomb here. 3 C-Bombs were enough to take out the Milcery. Milcery is going to go for yet another Max Starfall here. So I could finish off the Milcery on this turn, which is really good. That was the end of Milcery's Dynamax too, so it's easily going to be fainting this turn. Then the Milcery went for Protect. Like, man, how many of these Pokemon have got Protect? Like, they all got Protect, and now with a C-Bomb, I was like, okay, that's fine. And then the Milcery went for Endure, so they managed to get a Protect, then an Endure, which is pretty dang lucky. So some more stall here on the Milcery. I'm going to be hitting with a C-Bomb anyway, so it's going to put the Milcery on 1 health. And the mist is going to disappear from the field, which I guess is okay. So outspeeding Milcery and going for the C-Bomb, that is the end of the Milcery. So there's like a Zekrom and a stalling, slashing Zekrom and a Golden left. So I was like, okay, well, I can go for Play Rough here. Zekrom's going to outspeed me thanks to Shuckle's sticky web that it put down on the field earlier. But that's okay. I still got 2 more Pokemon. Zekrom is going to get another round of Leftovers recovery too. So it can go for a couple more Substitutes, but I don't really... Actually, I was like, you know what? Go for Substitute because I've got an Infiltrator Whimsicott. I sort of wanted to go for Substitute and then go for Moonblast, right? Zekrom is going to go for another Protect here and get some more Leftovers. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Get as many Leftovers as you like. I'm hoping that it will go for Sub, and then I can get that Moonblast with Infiltrator and faint the Zekrom. That'll be perfect. But unfortunately here, I didn't know what other move that Zekrom actually had, so I played it really safe. I went into Cottonee and I was like, I can go for Leech Seed here at least, you know. So getting that speed drop. Now, interesting enough, Zekrom actually swapped out at the same time. I didn't predict that at all. I thought it'd go for Slash or something again, or its hidden move, and in comes Goldeen. So like, okay, let's go for Toxic. Toxic is going to miss, and Horn Drill lands on my bulky Cottonee. So now all I've got left is the Whimsicott. So it's like, dang, that really sucks. Like, you know, maybe I could have gone there for the Moonblast, but you know, I think Goldeen would have actually lived that. So going back into Whimsicott, now I haven't actually Dynamaxed my Pokemon. I know Goldeen is going to go for a Horn Drill. I do not want to get hit by that at all, you know, so I'm going to be going for a Dynamax Whimsicott and going for the, that was the Energy Ball. Yeah, Energy Ball and Whimsicott. I reckon it would be pretty cool if Cottonee and Whimsicott, or Cottonee got like a, I don't know, like a different regional form, like Grass and Fairy. I'm trying to think what that would be too. Maybe you could change its type, and I'd keep the Grass type. You could, I don't know, maybe you could do it as Grass and Fairy. I'm trying to think of another type you'd actually give it. Not Bug. I don't know, maybe it could, maybe Flying. Like, how about Flying? I reckon that could work. You know, it does get quite a few, because it does, like, it can float on the breeze and that sort of stuff too. So I'd say Grass and Flying, but that's not like a great, that's actually a worse type in the Grass and Fairy. Anyway, so the last Pokemon is going to be the Zekrom now, so just musing what typing you give it. I'm going to go for the Max Starfall. Zekrom, of course, went for another Protect, trying to stall up my Dynamax. That's not going to do any damage at all. I can simply keep going for Moonblast and take this Zekrom out. I don't know what sort of team this was, like full stall team. I'm not sure, like full make me salty by stall team. I've got no idea, but every Pokemon besides the Goldeen was just like just stalling me out. I think this battle was like, I think we got very close to the 20-minute timer. I think so. But anyway, that's the end of the Cottonee evolution team. Hope you enjoyed it. Interesting looking Pokemon, interesting abilities and stuff too. I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace out, people.